I'm sorry. You can put some water on it.
It'll come out.
Yeah.
All right, we're live at 2280 weekly podcast. Welcome back, everybody. It's the holiday show, and you can see my ugly face yet again. Stock camera. But welcome. We are here 2020. Yeah, usually, or 9:05, whatever time we get on. Are we good?
Yeah.
All right, we're good. So, first and foremost, if you're struggling, please reach out. You know, you love mental health is real. We'll put on some numbers that you can reach out if you need. Also, use this platform for networking. So, first, we're going to talk about a couple events coming up before I put some guests on. We got some co-hosting going on here. P are going to be asking questions to our audience tonight. I'll be flipping seats. Elena will be flipping sweet seats with me and JP, and round and round we'll go all night. We got a whoopee party coming up. That's tomorrow night here at 2218. We got another party right down the road out park at the Life Center, and that is their New Year's party, Saturday the 31st, which is tomorrow night. Both of these are sober events, clean and sober. Address here is South. Come on down. We got a DJ Jimmy B. Drugs and alcohol free. $10 suggested donation. That night party basically. So we got meetings going on all night long. We got a dance through to the game room. $5 pancake breakfast at the name. The other thing is anyone who is New Way affiliating, if you're a client, if you, I believe, but for sure if you're a client, you come outside. Teams allowing a New Way to come on down here and partake in all the events. So let everyone you know in your circle that if you're New Way to come by here, and then you can go a couple of blocks down the road and check out the other New Year's party or vice versa. That is a sober party potluck. So bring a dish if you're able. It's 9 till midnight. Can't do much about it. It's Minnesota Hope Dealers Truth 101 podcast will be going out with Veronica at the helm, and as we all know, and some faith-based situations going on there. So definitely tune in and go check into Park Avenue South. Everyone's welcome. Come on down. And tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure if we're doing it tonight, but I know every Saturday we do have Jane's Cafe going on down here. She's always cooking for, I don't know, $5, $6. It's very affordable, and it's a lot of food. So come check it out. Come get it. And last but not least, we're going to talk about a little pledging. Here at 2218, the pledges are way down. Come be a member of this club. That's how I know about this club. It's the one place that and they've been here since day one for me. So quick to salute this and talk about it. If you want to become a member of this club, what is $15 or more if you like. So this is the main source of the income of our club. That and volunteers. I don't know if come on tonight, but I don't know if they're gonna stop by. We do not have our microphones or mixer tonight. We're raw. I was gonna say something worse, but we're using just a laptop, and that's it. Laptop. What's wrong? Mixers upstairs. It's not in use tonight. So now it's just getting worse. Sorry, Kelly. I can't do much from my side of the street when it comes to audio for me to yell louder, but then I know everyone's getting irritated with that. To turn down their phones. Go to everyone's. It's gonna work. Go to that room and turn off the lights. For real, turn the light off on the light switch. Just turn it off. That gives off this goofy deal where ambiance. So now we set the mood. Realistically, I don't know why it would be any different right now. I'm gonna just keep blabbing on until I can do something that can maybe adjust it. But I will find out. Yeah, that sounds like shit, you guys.
We just told you that.
I know I got. All right, so that's bada bing. All right, let's just mute everything and unmute. Okay, now can you hear me any better? It's deaf, mute, dumb, all that good. Nope, that's bad. Let's mute that. Now, how does this sound? No. Damn, this does sound like you guys.
What do you think we were lying to you?
Yes. It's cutting out real bad. I just muted it all. Wait a second, something else is going on because I have everything muted and it's still hearing me. That's the problem. There we go. We unmuted. Now, is this going to be choppy again? Let's hear it. Hello. Hello. I can't hear me. Can you hear me? Hey, welcome. Hey, how's it? Jacob. Show up, man. All right, let's see. Hang on. You can hear me. We back in business.
Are we back in business?
And it sounds halfway decent. All right, everyone try to close your phones on. We're back in business. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time about the advertising, but I want to let you guys know about what's going on down at the Life Center. Oh, and we cut. We still good, right?
Perfect.
All
What'd
right.
you do?
I'm a nerd. I know how to work on computers. I figured it out. I asked for JP's help. Okay. So I want to tell you guys about a sober, clean, fun event. Tomorrow, hey, will someone make sure that door can be open? 9 p.m. at 1812 Park Avenue South. It's the Life Center. They're doing their New Year party. It starts off at 9 p.m. and we're also going to be having the Minnesota Hope Dealers Truth 101 podcast with Veronica at the helm. I don't know. I'm sorry if you guys are hearing some things that are repeated, but could I ask my audience to please turn down their phones? Hey, if we can hear any of your phones, it picks it up on the background here, guys. Yeah, I'm yelling at you. So at the Life Center, what's that, JP? You're gonna come, just come sit down real quick.
Yeah, come here.
Help me advertise for the Life Center. JP's gonna hop on and tell you. I don't know if you guys heard me before, but JP and Alana and myself are gonna be rotating some hosting tonight, as we do every year for the holiday show. And JP's gonna tell you guys about what's going down.
We having a a sober event, a sober party at the Life Center. Hey, look at me.
Come on, tell them about it, JP.
So we've been at the Life Center. Minnesota Hope is going to be there. Truth 101 is going to be there. My wife is going to be there with the podcast, interviewing people there. Like we did last year. It's going to be fun, games, food, potluck. Bringing the new year right. You know what I mean? Leaving everything back from 2020, leaving everything back in 2022 and starting over fresh in 2023. So anybody want to join us? It's to midnight. It's to 9 o'clock to midnight. At 1812 Park Avenue South.
Perfect. Thank you, JP. And now, if you did not hear it, now I like to advertise his face, but not mine. So we'll go like this. And we'll talk about 2218. Tomorrow night, they're having their whoopee party. This is their New Year party. And this is popping off at, I turned that on. I don't want to see me. I don't know. For some reason, when I start fiddling with that, my audio gets goofy again. Because I do want this right. Oh, no. There we go again. It pops on its own. But we would like it to be this picture right here. These ones here, but I can't transfer it over without getting issues.
Let's not worry about that right now.
$10 suggested donation tomorrow night here at 2218 First Avenue South. There's meetings all night long, a dance through to the new year. There's a game room that will be set up, $5 pancake breakfast at 7 a.m. Jimmy B will be DJing, and this is going all night long. No alcoholic or addict will be turned away. It's a $10 suggested donation. Again, if you are a New Way client or alum, come on down, sign in, and you're covered. They will get reimbursed through New Way. The club really could use the support. More the merrier. But if you know anyone who attends New Way or is alum, tell them about it. Tell them to come on down, get the pancake breakfast paid for and entrance paid for. And last but not least, if you're feeling lonely, if you're struggling, if you got some mental health stuff going on, please reach out. You're worth the fight. Fight for your happiness. Fight for yourself. Use this platform. Network out amongst each other. We'll all try to throw our phone numbers up here. Anyone who's comfortable getting and receiving phone calls from strangers, most of us are. We did it before. We're not scared to do it now. Just utilize the people you hear and share tonight. We've all put work in on ourselves, and no one's shy about sharing how they did it. And like I share about this every week, is like you're worth the fight. And if someone hasn't told you yet today, you're loved. I love you. JP loves you. Ashley loves you.
I love you.
Now, 2218 runs on volunteers. That's who runs this club, is all volunteers. So if you're able to volunteer, come on down and volunteer. If not, just come on down and check it out. We talked about the Life Center. We talked about 2218. We talked about We'll Work for Recovery. We talked about Serenity Village. We talked about Eagle Brook. We talked about anywhere you can go find some happiness. Go find your happiness. Whatever it looks like, go do it and go find it. So, who's up to bat first tonight on this holiday podcast show?
Ashley. Can we turn the
Come
lights
on.
back on?
I don't know. It sounds like Dookie. Come on.
Turn your shit
I
off.
don't blame the lights.
Stop.
Are you guys scared of the dark?
What are we talking about?
JP's got questions about saving your
He's got
recovery.
questions for you.
Oh, he does?
I sure do.
He sure do.
I sure does.
Wait, she disappeared. She needs her coffee.
She needs her coffee.
Ashley's on her second cup.
Second cup of coffee at 9:30 at night.
I think that's her
Winning.
Fifth, I think that's her fifth cup of coffee. 'Cause she
Ashley,
just
how
had
are you?
I'm fabulous.
How have you been?
How's
your last year been?
My last year?
This last year, 2022.
2022.
Let's talk about the last couple months. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can.
It's been a struggle.
And how are you dealing with it?
Reaching out sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
I get a text message every once in a while that says I love you.
I love you.
Yep.
I've been talking about it with a few of the females that are close in my life. It's just, I think my main struggle is with my dad. My dad's got cancer, and things go well, then they don't, and like the thought of losing my best friend hurts a lot. So I try to deal with acceptance. It's dealing with that there's nothing that I can do. The only thing I can do is spend as much time as I can with him, and talk about it. Talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. If it bothers me, talk about it. But other than that, things at home have been a little rocky. But I'm staying as strong as I possibly can. I've been last couple weeks, I think Wednesday was the first meeting I hit in a couple weeks. So that is not like me to not go to meetings. But I'm here.
Is that Wednesday at Will Work?
Yes.
I didn't see you at Woodward today.
No, I wasn't there today. I was there on Wednesday. Wednesday. Today is Friday.
I was there Monday and Wednesday. Monday and Friday.
I was saying you weren't every Wednesday. I was there
Monday
Wednesday.
and Friday.
But no, it's that's life. Life happens. But I have to use my tools and get through it. And I've been doing that the best I can.
You know what? I think it was a lot of people that were struggling these past few months, and I don't think it was just like one or two people.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of people in recovery that struggled the end of 2022, and even including myself. You know, with different things like that, and you know, we pretty much train to push through, but sometimes it gets hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard.
You can't hear us?
No, just be louder.
Oh.
Be loud. Yes, coach. But yeah, but you know, so what's your New Year's resolution, Ash?
My New Year's resolution is to be. I've been saying this for the last probably all week. Like 2023 is about to be Ashley's year. Like I'm about to go hard in the paint. I'm about to do things differently, and if I'm about to I've been slacking on church. I thought I had a buddy to keep me accountable, and he did it one time. He did great, and then he fell through. I'm scared.
Is he in the building?
He's in the building.
He's in the building.
Is that the buddy that had a big, huge spiritual awakening in church?
Yes, and I don't think he's. I don't think he's missed a freaking Sunday. So, I need to get closer to God. I need to my fitness journey. I needed to do better with. Like, there's so many things that I want to do better at, and that's becoming the best version of myself in 2023. But yes, I have some goals for next year.
How is your fitness journey coming along?
It's slacking.
Well, I mean, overall, you know what I mean? Because you look at thin, you look at thin.
Well, I was doing good. I was I was trying to eat as healthy as possible. I was in the gym at least 5 days a week. So lately I've not been in the gym. I closed my membership, and but the last couple days, like today and the other day, I did some at-home workouts. I put a post on Facebook that I'm looking for dumbbells or weights, so I'm about to start doing stuff at home. But
you made a lot of steps in 2022 with your weight loss journey.
Yes.
Tell us where you went to and where you're at now with that. Like the how much you weighed when you started and how much you are now.
I weighed 190. Well, so I work at Frito-Lay. Frito-Lay started me on my journey because it's so physical. So when I started working there a little over a year ago, I weighed 190. And today I weigh 154. So
See what I'm saying?
yeah.
See?
So yeah.
But eating habits and the gym is it's just being physical. Bam.
Bam.
Got it, Rob.
Just like in our recovery, it ain't perfect,
No.
but it's progress, not perfection.
No.
Sometimes we have to tweak. Sometimes we have to remember.
Woo! I can see.
So what's the best part of your past year? What's the best part of 2022 for you?
I would say the goals that I did make with my weight loss journey. I think that was because when I am in the gym, it's not just helping me with my weight loss journey, it's helping me with my mental health. And so the gym is a big part, and last 2022 was the time that I spent mostly in the gym, and it's helped me a lot. It's right now I'm struggling with it, but it's still that was a big part of 2022.
Nice. So what goals did you complete in 2022? What goals did you set out to accomplish that you accomplished?
Besides
Next.
the gym.
Next.
Besides the gym.
Besides the gym.
Besides the gym. Next.
Or do you have any goals that you want to bring into the next year?
Yeah.
Because you weren't able to complete them?
I want my goal, I would say, because so I got baptized in 2022, and I wanted to become closer to God, and I've been slacking on that. So my goal, I would say, for 2023 is to get that relationship and be closer to God more than I have been, and stick with it and be at church every Sunday, and not just being at church, but getting on my knees and praying. I want to get better at that and do that. So that would be a big goal for me for 2023.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thanks, Ash.
Thank you, Ashley.
Welcome. I love you guys.
We love you.
too.
Next. All right.
Don't go far. You'll get back on.
Don't go far. So
All right. So who had number 2?
number 2 is Rob.
Number 2 is Rob.
No, number 2 is Sam.
3 is Rob.
Come on, Samantha.
Come on, Sam.
Come over here.
Try to sleep roll.
So now we've got the girl who gave away the eyelashes last year, right? That was you.
That was me.
How has your year been going, Samantha?
My year's been going pretty good.
Prove it.
It's been really busy. I took a new position this year. Sorry. I took a new position this year. I am the program director for Change Place Sober Homes.
Ooh, what's that?
Ice in the cam.
So people, just a second, if you don't mind. I was hoping the dog was going to be over
Oh,
here
come here,
again.
Tank Tank. Come on.
Why put my face
Um,
be on there?
Oh,
Tank Tank.
that's
So
her service dog.
this is my service dog. He helps me not freak out.
See it, yeah.
This is Tank. So I took a new position as the program director of Change Place. I get to work with a lot of my friends and family. I work solely with Twin Cities Wellness Center and Recovery Gym, and we have 21 sober houses from St. Cloud to Minneapolis.
So, how long have you been there altogether? Like
At
the wellness? Yeah.
Well, the Wellness Center has been open officially for a year in January, but I don't work for the Wellness Center. I just do their housing.
So, who is your employer? Are you self-employed, or
No.
did you just really say that and I didn't hear you?
No, I'm not self-employed. Jeremy Hover, who is the husband of the woman who runs the Wellness Center, is my boss. He is the owner and operator.
So, how long have you worked for him?
About 6 months.
So, in 6 months, you've moved up quite a bit. It sounds like.
A little bit.
No,
A little bit, yeah.
And why do you think that was even possible for you to do that?
So I think that
No, you're good.
I think that my dedication to the job, like helping the men and women in the housing, like the compassion that I carry to help the newcomer,
Mm-hmm.
helped me. I relate a lot with the clients because no matter how many years, months any of us have, we're all just one bad choice away from being where they are.
Yeah, and other things that maybe got you to where you're at today?
Well, I stayed clean for a couple 24 hours since
24
August 13th of 2015.
Of 2015?
I think it's safe to say we work close in conjunction.
So the
with each
two of you guys are co-workers.
other.
You guys are in the same line of work,
Well,
and you guys are at the same facilities
how
at
will
times?
How will we say this? Well, she deals with the housing part, and I deal with the people in treatment part. So we work together to give people housing and treatment.
At the same facilities.
At the same facilities, yes.
I got
So she works. She deals with the housing part, and I deal with the client part at Twin Cities Wellness Center Recovery Center.
We try to offer a different type of outpatient. So normally when you go into outpatient, you have housing and the outpatient separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
In our outpatient, I like to go into the treatment every day, check in with the counselors, see what's going on with the clients. Is there some extra help needed? And the same goes with them. If something goes on in treatment, they reach out to me and let me know.
Or if somebody's homeless and they come into our outpatient, I work with Sam and try to get them housed.
So what you do helps with what she does, and vice versa, and you guys work
And we work in
side by
conjunction,
side. Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Samantha is amazing. The God in her is unbelievable, and she is making a difference in so many people's lives. She works a solid program, and I couldn't be more proud. Love you to the max. She even got followers. You hear that?
Love you, Lisa.
That's Lisa.
Nice, Lisa.
If there's any questions or comments that you'd like not read, let me know. If you want them read, let me know. If you have questions for our guest or a guest that was on, just put the question up. I'll make sure that it gets asked. I've got a long line of questions for the two of you. And what I'm going to do right now, though, is tell you both to move. I got a volunteer from 2218 who's on a schedule, and I want him to hop on. I thought you were going to drag Missy down here. Oh, she's all right. Hop on anyways.
All right.
But I want you both back on because I got a line of questions about what you guys do. All right, so now sitting down is one of the guys I've been bragging to you guys about for this last year plus. This is what we say is the grease that keeps the wheels spinning here at 2218. This is Scott, last initial?
N.
Scott N, one of our front desk and all around head volunteers at 2218. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm an alcoholic. I am also the squad council chairman. And I have been working the front desk at 2218 for a little over a year and a half. I consistently work 3 nights, average about 4 hours a night, so I'm putting in a lot of volunteer time. I also work 40-hour week. I work for a nonprofit that helps underprivileged people, so my life is pretty busy.
Yeah. And how long have you been clean or sober? How long have you been at this successfully?
My sobriety date is June 15th, 1988.
Holy shit. I think you got longer clean time than some of the people's ages in this room.
I wouldn't doubt that.
And like
That's not that uncommon.
that's such a huge where's Missy? She couldn't hear me if I yelled for her anyway. Melissa! Get over here. We need you in here. I didn't know you had that much time, and I'm gonna designate a show for you and Missy down the road once I can get her to commit. So roughly about 630 hours a year volunteering here at 2218, roughly 2,080 hours at your job, and you still have a life?
I still have a life.
And why is all that even possible?
Well, it helps that I bought a condo
Okay.
that is only 4 blocks from here. So getting to and from is a lot easier. But in terms of my life, my recovery, AA and 12-step meetings are huge for me. I do 2 meetings a week here. I also go, my home group is actually out in Plymouth
Okay.
with my sponsor and my grand sponsor.
We're at, like, if there's a place that you are comfortable talking about, feel free to, like, if it's a different Alano, whatever it is.
It's a church on Rockford Road.
Okay.
Trying to remember the.
You don't. I mean, it's up
Yeah.
to you if you want to. It's just. It's all good either way.
It's 13015 Rockford Road. Monday nights from 6:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
It is a third step meeting.
Is it a men's meeting? Open
it's
mix?
It's an open mix.
Okay. So is that open to whoever would like to come on down?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Don't go nowhere yet. Melissa! We've had her on the show briefly for a brief amount of time. I can't get her to commit to come back yet, but I will eventually. She spoke down at Saturday Night Live. She's very involved with one of the early, well, it's not even a young meeting anymore, but one of the Narcotics Anonymous meetings here at 2218. She's very pivotal in that. And she's a volunteer here at 2218, working the front desk a lot with Scott. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah,
No. Who are you?
I'm Missy. Yeah.
Tell us about you. What's going on? How much time do you got? What do you do around here?
I got 3 years, 9 months, and 2 days. And I volunteer at the front desk. Friday and Saturday, I help close up 2218 at the end of the night with Scott here. Let's see.
On the spot. I love doing this to her. Because honestly, she's not scared to talk. Let me ask this question for the two of you. Like, coming here, like Scott just shared about like almost 650 hours a year volunteering, and understand the word volunteering means not paid. And some might look at it as the payment is what you get out of volunteering. But what has this done for your recovery to come down here and volunteer, to be part of this club?
Oh, wow.
Missy,
Oh, wow.
that's for you. What does volunteering do for you? Like, is it even good for your recovery, or is it a headache, or is it fun? Is it?
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
what's up.
because people, even just today, I'm at the desk and I'm really bad with names, but people come by and they say they miss me and they're glad to see me and I'm glad to see them, and especially when they come up and they say they almost have a year, and you've seen them come in when they first started, and it's unbelievable to know that you're there when they started and they almost have a year. It's makes the whole process worth it, right?
Yeah. So I I want to say like an answer like for when I volunteered, but like the the payment is things like you're talking about. Watching people coming through these doors continuously and watching their lives change, correct?
Right.
Like, Scott, what's the big thing about volunteering for you? What does it do for your life?
Well, the biggest
I'm
thing
also
is,
trying to sell people on coming down to become volunteers.
So, I
Like,
mean, I'm very much.
I'll draw pictures. No.
I'm very much kind of a traditional person, and you know the fact is that 12-step programs are based on a triangle.
And what's
Service,
that triangle?
Unity, recovery.
Service, unity, and recovery.
And for me, at this point, especially with this amount of recovery time, what keeps me going is doing the service work, helping the people, because sometimes it's really easy to lose sight of the fact that for the person that comes here and only has 24 hours sobriety and the struggles and the things that they're going through, that keeps my mind fresh for knowing that I'm only 24 hours away from my next drunk.
Right.
And if people lose sight of that, I mean, I think that that's sometimes the fault of people that get complacent in their recovery and don't continue to do service work, don't focus on the fellowship and the unity. All three of them need to take place for you to be able to have, to be able to experience the promises of recovery.
So, like, roughly 25 years you've been doing this successfully, or you've been abstinent from mood-altering substances for 25 years. And you already shared the hours of volunteering time, your life, and what you do. You're going to meetings. Like, this is your life, and this is what you're happy with it.
Yep.
Because I guess it was a question, but also a statement, just from what you've shared. I always, every week, that's the thing I open this show with is about the volunteers here and what I close with. And I make it clear you guys don't get paid, but I think if you guys were to be on here sharing about what it does for your life, that's payment tenfold. A lot of people listening might not be in recovery, and do you have to be a member of this club to be a volunteer?
Absolutely not.
Correct.
I mean,
So, if you want to be a volunteer, what do you do? How does a person become a volunteer here at 2218?
you can come here and fill out the volunteer application. We have them at the front desk. You can also go online to the 2218 website. There is the form there where it has the different tabs in terms of the meetings, donating, but there's also one that says for volunteer. You can go on there and the it'll take you to the form to fill that out. It'll go to the.
Let's be real. Let's not be full of bullshit. There are some people that just come, write their name, write their number, and say they can do it any day.
Here goes my Missy that I've been trying to dig out for the last year. So, Missy, have you had to make some of those calls and dealt with some of that stuff and realized that that's what it was?
It's right here on the paper. It's on the chicken scratch paper I'm holding right now.
All right. So I busted your guys' butts about volunteering. If you had something to say to someone who might be interested, what would it be? Someone who's thinking about volunteering if they're on the fence.
I think the biggest thing is to know that there's a huge amount of value in being able to help out other people. I have had so many people come to me later and say, because my typical thing when they walk in the door is welcome.
Right.
Just a simple word, welcome.
Right.
Most people in here heard me say that.
Yep.
I've had people come up to me after the meeting they go to and say, thank you for saying that. This is my first time here. I felt so uncomfortable. I didn't know. And just that word in itself is inviting. It's encouraging.
Yeah. No,
and when I hear that, it makes me want to continue to do it day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute.
Heck yeah. Awesome sauce. Missy,
Yes.
what's your New Year's resolution?
Let's see.
Tell it right here to that little light. That's our microphone.
Okay, let's see.
If you have one.
Yeah, I do, and that's work on my what do you call them? Character defects, shortcomings. What do you call those? God damn it! Those things. I was just looking at it today. I was working on it for my fifth step. You know those wrongs, those natural occurring wrongs I've done.
The nature of your wrongs?
Right. Yeah, I don't want to talk about them, but yeah, the natures of my wrongs. I need to continue working on those because trying to make people like me and having a low self-esteem, not being myself, is not fun.
Well then, heck, what goals have you set for yourself? Do you have any goals that you continually work on?
Yeah.
What would that be, Melissa? Or Missy? I'm sorry if you don't like Melissa.
Oh, I don't. I like Missy. Yeah, I like Missy. That's what my family calls me. Goals?
Do you have goals?
I fucking have goals all the time. First one is to turn my will over before I get out of bed. And remember to ask for help because it makes a huge difference in being happy, right? And just not being so fucking stressed, right? That's a big one. And not be resentful towards arrogant motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Speak on it, Melissa.
Share that. Tell them.
Yeah, I like being honest, right? And I hate having to take that back once I'm honest and be afraid of who I am, right? I just want to be able to be myself.
Awesome. I appreciate it. You guys, thank you so much for volunteering, for the service work you do. I wasn't BSing. I need to lock down a date to have you guys on. Before I let you go, can I get you to commit to coming back on and being a guest for the whole show?
Right, yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Move on. No. Next. Would you two kids come back? Please.
We're gonna switch spots.
Wherever you guys want. I got to be the cool teacher and sit on a backwards chair.
Musical chairs.
All right, so we were talking about you guys working in the recovery community, working with housing and aftercare and treatment, inpatient. And is it the wellness center that tell me again, just go back over it. Just go back over it. What do you guys both do in this world for, go ahead.
Okay.
And your schooling. Don't forget about sharing about that. I need you two to explain who you are in this world.
In this world, Well,
that microphone.
is this microphone right here. So I'm one of the counselors at Twin Cities Wellness Center and Recovery Gym. I work with individuals with outpatient treatment. The treatment facility where I work at, which is owned by Crystal Hill Hoover, um, and we implement physical fitness into the curriculum of treatment. So I'm also one of the wellness instructors as well. So I help clients with treatment, co-occurring issues. It's a dual diagnostic facility, and we also incorporate fitness into recovery. So what we do, I guess, is you can go. I think
So you do the same thing he's doing?
I do not.
No.
So I run housing. I like to say I'm a pain in JP's ass some days.
That's not true.
But I come into
Sounds
the centers.
interesting.
Yeah, I come into the centers with all the craziness that happens at night. I can't, for the life of me, I was trying to remember how the saying goes. Like, treatment is where, I can't remember, is where something happens, but the housing is where recovery happens. Is that how it goes?
Yes.
So we really believe in like having a team in the housing. So you see a lot of housings that have outpatient treatment. They go to treatment, they're around the same people. They go to housing and they get away with a lot of shit. They get to meet two different people. With our outpatient program, so they deal with me in the houses every day, as well as showing up at the treatment and calling them on their BS.
Right. We have a contract with Change Place to put our clients in sober living. In a recovery residence. So if they don't have anywhere to stay, if they're homeless and they're doing outpatient treatment, then me and Sam work together to put those individuals into housing.
So do you take people outside at other treatment centers too?
We do. We work with
For the
New
housing?
Way. In St. Cloud, we specifically work with New Way. In Minneapolis, we also work with New Way. So we work with both of them. A predominant amount of our clients are Twin Cities Wellness Center clients, but we have New Way patients that if their treatment or their insurance is not accepted at that time, we put them in the housing, they attend New Way, and then we transfer them to Twin Cities Wellness Center.
Yeah. And then
I'll be calling you.
And then that's when they come to me or there's some other counselors that's there.
I'll be calling you because I work at a treatment center, so we have girls that are always looking for sober living and stuff like that afterwards.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
So we work together in form of treatment efforts because we do have MRT, that's more recognizance therapy, so to speak. I think I'm saying that right.
yeah.
But it helps individuals with their behavior. So we work in conjunction with housing to make sure what they're learning, the curriculum that they're learning at where we're at is in conjunction with what they're doing outside of treatment. That makes sense, so to speak.
JP is a great counselor. So you finished school and now you're doing that.
I graduated, in May. I finished my 880 hours in my internship. So now, yes, I am. I think it's safe to say that I'm an actual counselor now.
That's perfect. It's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, but I'm also in school again too.
You're doing LADC.
No.
What did you
do? Well, yes, now for
Okay.
the first time. But I'm going to school. I got my Associate of Science in Addiction Counseling degree.
Okay.
In May, so I'm back in school now. I'm going to Metro State University for clinical social work.
Okay.
Which is along the lines of like the mental aspect of stuff.
Sounds like a lot of work to me, JP.
Well, yeah. So yeah.
All right. Did Tim ask you guys what your New Year's resolution is?
Oh, my New Year's.
What is your New Year's resolution?
So me and Bestie are gonna do a social media cleanse. We're gonna.
Bestie means Rob.
Yes, Rob,
Okay.
that guy over there.
That guy.
I was gonna try and get my boyfriend to do it, but there's no way. So we're gonna do a social media cleanse. That is my New Year's resolution, and then I would like to quit smoking by my birthday. So those are the two big ones.
Okay.
I've recently realized that I work a lot. And I have not had much time for anything other than work, and I like to make a lot of excuses about the fact that I work in the recovery field, so I don't really need meetings, which is past 9. So I would like to make more time, keep my healthy boundaries with working, not putting in 80 hours in a 5-day work week, and make more time for meetings and boundaries. Keeping and Nick, of course, my wonderful boyfriend, because he suffers.
Boundaries from Nick.
No,
That's what-
make more time. Make more time for Nick. Nick's going on my grab.
Yeah.
We can't get Nick on.
He'll go on a grab.
But yeah, my New
What about
Year's
you?
my New Year's resolution is to lose some weight and to spend more time with my family. I work a lot. I do a lot of stuff. On top of that, I'm the founder of the Minnesota Hope Theaters also. But,
Yeah, how's that going?
Good.
We got any new merchandise coming out?
Yes, we do. It's in the works. We building
Okay.
up to it, but we also have our next peer recovery specialist training class coming up again, where we're teaming up with the Minnesota Recovery Connection to help facilitate it. So the Hope Dealers will be hosting the next recovery coach training March 13th through the 17th.
And is there a cutoff for how many people that you can have in there at a time?
We are looking towards 25 people, 25 to 30 people. This time, we looking for 25 to 30 people. We do have a scholarship incentive if somebody would like to volunteer for the organization or what have you.
Okay.
But that seems not to work. So what we're asking is for a $275 donation to our organization if you don't want to do the volunteer hours.
Okay.
If you want to do the volunteer hours, then we can probably set up an interview for a scholarship ability. So it's going to be from March 13th to March 17th from 8 to 5 p.m., 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. 5 p.m. Monday through Friday in order for you to get your certificate to be a peer recovery specialist.
And how long do you have to be clean and sober to do that?
We're a year's preferred, but not required for my particular training. So we would prefer that you have a year clean, but if you have like 9 or 10 months and we go through the interview process and we feel that you have a solid foundation in recovery, then we'll probably accept you.
Okay. Look at all that info I have to
Yeah.
tell people.
All that
all that info.
Gosh.
So thank you for.
All right. Who's next?
What number we at?
We're at 3.
No, we're at 2 now. 3.
You're 2. Now we're at 3.
Yeah.
Bobby,
We need the dog dad.
batters up.
The dog dad. Dog dad. Dog daddy.
All right, batters up, Bobby. Been missing you over here. Let's just do a quick hello to
Oh,
everyone.
get out of here.
Hello, everyone. All
All
right, hang on here then.
I
Let's
want
just.
to be on that.
Oh, all right. You just didn't want to be on here. So just to let you know, my boy Bobby.
Everybody knows what he looks like.
No, we used to call him Eye Candy. Oh, look
Eye
at it.
candy.
Shut the bruck up. So,
And all the girls would call him eye candy.
I've never heard that. I've never heard
You've
that.
never heard
No,
that?
I never heard that. But somebody told me that, and I was like, really?
Tad,
Which
Tad
one?
and myself.
Wasn't it last Christmas that we
Yeah.
gave away a
picture
of
of-
his top
yes.
half?
Yes.
With no shirt
No
on.
shirt, and it said Eye
And
Candy.
everybody wanted it.
That was the top gift we gave.
My,
out.
I have
my
my shirt on?
sponsee at the time,
It was a
Megan,
picture I
won the
took from
picture.
one of your whatever.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Bobby, how's your year been going? We haven't had you on in a long time. How's it been going?
It's been going well, you know. Hi, Carrie Ann. hello there. Yeah, so it's been going really well. You know, I've got a new job. I got closer to God. I've let some things go, let some baggage go. I spent a ridiculous amount of money on my truck that's still broken down in my garage, but that's okay. I got a new dog. And you know, as of recent, I've really been focusing on my nutrition. So I'm pretty much, you know, I'm aiming for the top of my game. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by nutrition? Because I do know, but I want you to explain. What have you been doing?
I've been meal prepping.
What does that mean?
So, well, I was working with a personal trainer, and he gave me a meal plan that was 6 meals. Basically, it's oatmeal, banana, protein shake, chicken, rice, broccoli, and then eggs. Essentially, I eat 6 times a day. Total Total calorie intake is like 4,500 calories. They're all good, clean carbs though. Let's see what else. Yeah, lots of water and then hitting the gym.
Was this something you did 7 years ago?
No, absolutely not. Hi, Lisa. What up?
So why do you feel like you're even able to accomplish the stuff you're talking about, like a $10, $12, $15,000 truck in your garage, a motorcycle in your garage, a car, a decent job?
I got two.
Two.
Two motorcycles. Yeah. They're yours.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Can I put my other bike in your garage?
Yeah, I got both of them. Yeah.
So you got 3 motorcycles in your garage?
No, the one that got stolen is still at St. Paul Harley.
Oh, okay.
They haven't got the ignition switch for it, but
I'm gonna bring that up too. We haven't had you on since that happened. But how do you do all this shit in your life today? How is it even possible?
Of course, it's recovery. When we get to the rooms, it's first we just want to stop getting high, but once we stop that, and then all of a sudden we start realizing a lot of things about ourselves that we didn't even know, and some stuff we've been suppressing for years and whatnot, and emotions we've been trying to run away from, and they say a lot of things in order to sustain substantial recovery, and that varies from person to person, but for the most part, I mean, obviously there's the program requirements, but I know for me that it's kind of hard for me to have like good days. My serotonin levels are probably almost non-existent. Serotonin, dopamine, all that other fun stuff. The brain chemistry stuff. I'm not. I don't. What is that?
A boo boo.
Oh, he's got a boo boo, everybody.
So basically,
it's brown. That's terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there, didn't I? Yeah, and you say you're in recovery.
Rob, like here, I want to bring something up. Like, I know I just said, oh, you got all these items. Like, does any of that shit even keep you clean?
Absolutely not.
Like, I know a lot of in early recovery, I saw stuff like, oh, look at he got this, or he has that, or she's got. And my head tells me one thing, but once we get to this, they talk about these promises. Freedom.
Depending on which program you were.
All right, well, freedom from active addiction. Let's go with that promise.
Yeah. Okay.
Was that like where did that fall in what you wanted in life? Where was that at?
I really didn't know. When I got clean, I just wanted to get clean and not die. Right. You know what I mean? And one thing led to another, and I realized that there's always work to be done. You don't just like get to a spot and you're like, okay, I'm good. I mean, maybe, but that's just not me, and that's not how my mind works. I'm an addict. I want more. I want it different. I want that yesterday. You know what I mean? And whatever that looks like, man, I whatever it is, you can put whatever it is in front of me, and that's what I'm gonna want. And I'm gonna want it now. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of things go into this whole recovery thing. You learn patience. You learn forgiveness. I mean, that took me 7 years, but you practice peace, and tolerance. Like, man, I tolerate a lot of things that I wouldn't have tolerated 6+ years ago, and I learned to understand how people really operate, in certain situations, instead of just being like, yeah, fuck them, you know what I mean? Because that was my go-to, and not that still doesn't pop up. It does. It still pops up.
How do you deal with? Let's just go with that, because it was going to be into me talking about your bike installing, which we will. But how do you even deal with the old thoughts coming into your head today? Like that, like the buckets or I want to retaliate.
All right, so I'll tell you like this, man. I got six, almost 7 years of recovery in me, at this moment, and I've got 20 years of using. So when I to be honest, I have those thoughts more than I'd like to, admit, or well, not really. I don't really care to admit it. Just let everybody know I'm a human being too. But it's a big struggle, because I got a big part of me that I established this identity that I thought that I wanted to upkeep, that I had to let go of, and I still have to let go of, man. And it's a process. So in any given situation, I've got that 20 years of use and that 7 years of recovery battling it out. Right. You know what I mean? And to be honest, it depends on how I'm doing spiritually, which one wins.
Well, and you told me that in early recovery, not early, but a couple years in, I was whining to you about, I think, using thoughts. And you said, well, how long were you using? And I told you, it was 10, 20 years. Yeah. And you basically said it a lot nicer than I'm about to, but basically, so you think in 3 years that 15 years of using is going to go away? Like, you got 15 years of using, 3 years of clean time. Like, give yourself a chance.
Absolutely.
So the first thought that comes in your head, you don't have to act on it.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
And go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just want to say thanks, Lisa. For sure, I'll see you
He keeps
Sunday.
on every girl who has something to say. I love it.
No, it's everybody. Hey, no, it's everybody saying stuff to me, man. Come
I know.
on, man.
It's because hey, you're eye candy Rob, dude.
Stop it.
And that's
Stop
the
it,
reason
man.
that stuck is because we knew it made him blush, and he's like,
Stop.
honestly, his first made him blush. The second thing was, why? Who said it?
Hey, oh, man, yeah.
So like,
I think it was Tad and Tim that said it.
oh yeah,
Right,
we,
yeah. That's what
we
it
gassed
was, man.
that thing
Oh,
way
man.
up. So your motorcycle, you met me at the state fair this last year, and
Last day of the fair.
Last day of the fair, I rode my bike down, and you rode yours down. You met me there. You decided to park.
I was gonna drive my truck, and you were like, "No, they got motorcycle parking." I was like,
Yeah.
"That's a good idea," because I didn't want to park a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and I would look for the motorcycle parking, and I was like, you know what? I was there last year, so I'll just go park in the same spot. Went and parked in the same spot. You know, had a good time at the fair. I noticed a guy's bike as I was walking in. You know, and I was like, "Hey, nice bike." You know, and as I was walking out, he's over there looking all dumbfounded, looking for his bike, and I'm like, "Where's your bike?" And he's like, I think it got stolen. And I'm just like, "Oh, well, maybe they towed it." He's like, "Yeah, no, I asked the cop. They said that nobody towed it." And I was like, "Oh, well, I hope my bike's there." You know, I go over there, my bike's gone. You know.
And how'd you react?
For the first couple of minutes, I was ready to bash somebody's head in. You know, but
I think this is about to go into the power of recovery and networking. Because keep going with your story. Because I think that's the only reason it came back to you. But go ahead.
yeah. So I had a moment of clarity, man. And my thought was that like God had that happen because there was going to be an accident that I was going to get into that week, or there was some gravel on some road that I didn't know about that I was going to crash on or something along those effects. I don't know why, I just felt that, and it wasn't something that like I thought initially, because obviously initially I was like, all right, well, who, you know what I'm saying? Who, you know what I mean? There was a guy with a backpack that I was like, you got a backpack on, I don't trust you. I know what people with backpacks do, you know what I mean? And like this, he put his hands up and and I'm like, okay, all right, cool. After he left, I was like, all right, man. And that's when I really thought about it, and I was like, you know what, man, this is a God thing right now. Like, my bike was supposed to get stolen today. And, it was weird, man. And, like, the really cool thing about that was that, like, I literally counted 35 people that shared it on their Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And I had a guy from Delaware hit me up asking me if I found my bike. You know what I mean?
Delaware.
From Delaware. That's how far, like, that's like how powerful the recovery community is.
I thought it was way more than 35 people.
Well, that was just 35.
Definitely way more.
Right, but I'm just saying I counted.
Okay.
And I
I mean, and then they shared,
Yeah.
like, I thought it reached, like, hundreds of people.
Apparently, it reached Delaware, man. You know what I mean?
Delaware heard about
So,
Rob's bike.
Hey, man, don't
But
be
keep
silly.
going. Then what happened? Like, what happened?
And I just let it go. I just let it go. And then this guy right here, Tim, let me borrow his other bike.
I wasn't trying to pump my horn. I'm
No, I
trying
know,
to get
I know,
my
but
bike back.
I'm just telling you that. I'm just telling you how it happened, man. And I was just basically, man, it was like, okay, it's a wash. And I was thinking about, all right, well, when I get this money, I can pay off my truck. I can, do this. I can do that.
Because why? Do you have insurance on it?
Oh yeah, I had full coverage, absolutely.
Oh, that's something else we do nowadays?
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually had a license too. So, it was funny because I went to this the STARS program for the union that I'm in, and that you win stuff, money, prizes and whatnot. And I got a call. Actually, I got a call or a message earlier that day from somebody on Facebook saying they saw it outside of a hotel in Brooklyn Park. And then I was gonna go check it out after this thing, but as I was in the thing, I got a call from the St. Paul Police Department, and they found the bike. They found the bike, and they added a windshield. They gave me a windshield.
Not the cops.
Yeah,
whoever
not the
stole it.
cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, the cops, that would have been cool too. You know what I mean?
So the bike came back to you.
Well, not yet. It's still at St. Paul.
So there was some framework. There was some damage to it, and
a little bit.
it's getting fixed still. But you know what? It's free storage in a heated area.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not too concerned about it. I can't ride it anyway.
And you got another bike to use.
Right. I got 2 bikes in my garage right now. Yeah.
So like, them are things we can walk through today. And you shared earlier, there's basically only one reason you were able to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
And what was it?
Recovery.
You're gonna finish up talking to Rob. Sponsee Brothers. Here we go.
Absolutely recovery.
Thank you again, Rob. And tell us about what goals you've set or goals you're working on.
Oh, what up, Travis? Hey, what up, man? Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Travis says that he carries a backpack.
Yeah, but he wasn't there. He wasn't around that area at that time, and I know he wouldn't steal my bike.
He said, "Hey man, everyone that used the backpack
Yeah, I
is a
see
piece
that.
of bleep."
I see that. I know. I didn't. Did I say they were a piece of bleep? I don't know.
Rob freaking Herman.
Yeah.
If don't nobody know, Rob Herman is my sponsor as well.
Yeah.
Everybody who don't know that, Travis laugh. But yeah, good to see you again, bro.
For sure.
What is your New Year's resolution for 2023?
Man, so yeah, Samantha said we're gonna do a social media cleanse for a month. And then
What does that consist of?
just no Facebook, no Instagram. That's all I have for social media. But and for her, I think she's got a couple of the other ones too. No TikTok or Snapchat.
Snapchat.
One of my deals is that if you're over 30, I don't think you should have a Snapchat. But that's just my opinion. And I get smoked for it all the time. But yeah, I don't have one of those. And then also, I'm gonna get back into school. I got some things, some ideas, some thoughts that I'm gonna put into action. And I'm gonna make it happen this year. And put those wheels in motion.
School. What's school looking like?
Well, I can take some generals at my union hall, just until I get my student loans out of forbid, whatever they call that. Deferment. Yeah. Once I get those out of deferment.
Deferment or default? What?
Deferment. Well, I mean, in either or, I can get some generals done, so then that way I can transfer over to wherever I want to go in, and I want to look into some business management because I got some ideas, and
yeah,
I'm not just gonna sit on them. I'm gonna make them happen.
That's what's up.
So, and then also, just to be more positive than I was this year, and just to be a better person, because because you're in recovery doesn't mean that you're just gonna stay, golden. I mean, I know for quite some time, yeah, I was more negative than I was positive, and that's just not something that I'm gonna accept for 2023. Also my relationship with God, that's number one above all. I mean, with that, everything falls into line. My recovery, all the things that I just mentioned,
right.
All the friends that I have on here, man. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Travis. I'm gonna call you tomorrow morning, bro. I got an alarm set. But yeah, I just want to be a better person, essentially, and the thing that I'm really, and maybe just be more compassionate, even for the people that I don't care for much, because that's the thing that it's easy for me to be compassionate and to be, loving and patient to people that I like, but what about people that I don't like?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I will say that as the longer my recovery goes on, that list becomes shorter. And in all actuality, I got more compassion for people, and essentially even here at these meetings, we get some characters that come in here, and they're not for everybody, but I get a real kick out of saying, hey man, let's go eat, regardless of what they got going on, man. And this, I mean, because I don't know, it's not really about material stuff anymore, because it's been that way for me for a couple of years of I want this, I want that, but I'll tell you what, man, I've felt crappier with more money, and I felt the best I ever felt with a lot less. So I mean, it's not those things that really make everything worthwhile, because when I got clean, it was man, I want to have I'm gonna have the nice whip, I want to have a motorcycle, I want to have white picket fence. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this career, which I got the career, and yeah, I got all those things. I got the coolest truck. Matter of fact, I got a car that I really wanted to get when I was selling drugs, but obviously monkeys can't sell bananas, so you know what I mean? That didn't work out very well. Matter of fact, I never even had a license, so these things that I really thought that recovery was gonna give me was I mean, yeah, they gave me those things, but oh yeah, I'm over here reading the screen and shit. Okay. I got sidetracked. They gave me those things, but essentially, man, recovery for me now is just more or less healing what's going on the inside and being able to project that on the outside. That's the hardest part for me. Because just because we get clean doesn't mean that all the stuff that's ever happened to us in our life just goes away. And if that's you, well, cool. I'm happy for you. That's not essentially my story. So yeah,
it's I can totally relate to you on that. We can be okay and cool with people we like or love and trust, but it's hard to be that way towards someone we probably dislike.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the biggest tests and one of the biggest goals in recovery
Mm-hmm.
is to be compassionate, love your enemies. You know, be compassionate to people you don't like, or
Yep.
you know, have that sense of self fulfillment. You know, and
Right.
I thought the same thing too. I'm getting recovery. I'm finna get all this money. I'm finna
Yeah,
do all this.
baby, I'm
finna
shine.
I'm finna shine.
Yeah.
I'm finna hurt the town. But you know,
Yeah.
once I got into recovery, I learned it wasn't about that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was about bettering myself, and you helped me out with that a lot too.
For sure, man.
You know, about bettering myself and letting you know, constantly remind me, hey, life gets worse. You know, and you know, life. No, but it's not. I didn't take it as negativity.
Right.
I was taking it as being
I was
real
preparing you.
because it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. You know, life doesn't get better, but we get stronger.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
as long as we keep continuing to better ourselves and seeing stuff, shining light on the darkness of our own selves, just
Yeah.
like pretty much like how you just said, hey man, I can work on this, I can work on that, because to me you are one of the most selfless people that I know. You know, and we all have room for improvement, I guess you can say, because
Absolutely.
we're trying to better ourselves, and it's going to be a lifelong journey.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, and I do think that's something that I also need to work on. You know, it's I try to do okay with that, but it's but you know, it's still we are work in progress.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah, for sure,
Um.
for sure.
So what's the best part of your 2022 that you can
Man, hands down, my my relationship with God. Hands down, my outlook's a lot more positive. I pray in the morning, I pray at night. I pray in the car on the way to work. You know, if somebody cuts me off, I'm cuss them off. You know, I'm able to stop myself and be like, you know what, maybe they're late, maybe this, maybe that. Like some things are changing, man. And I mean, even like just little things, like I'm a lot more neat at my house. Like I'm actually cleaning up stuff and just little things that like I see that like God's doing for me that like I naturally either A wasn't taught or like B just usually wasn't part of what I usually partake in a day. It's definitely got to be my relationship with God. I got a new job at a different shop. That's pretty cool. Which I'm about to get some time off, which I'm really looking forward to that too. That's another beautiful
layoff.
Yeah, I'm about to go. Well, I took the voluntary layoff. He gave us the option.
You kind of always look forward to that.
I do, and that's the best part about recovery. Is like, man, I used to be losing my mind. If I was using like, oh no, it's the end of the world. But now I'm like, they're like, you want some time off? At least run that.
Yeah, but every time you do that, you dive deeper into your recovery and you do more.
Yeah, exactly. I'm able to fellowship. I can, like a little later, and I can go run in the morning and then work, lift some weights at night. Just a whole bunch of things that like, and that was one of the things I thought of too. Is like, cool, I get to help some people. You know what I mean? Like I'll have time to help some people because there's been times in my recovery, that some people that they needed help, and I was able to help them. Brother Ray, I remember Ray needed to go to court one time, and I was like, yeah, cool. JP had to go to do his and I was just laid off, and I was like, cool, I can do that because I have time right now. You know what I mean? And it's cool just to be able to help people, man. Because I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, man, that's the best thing about recovery is helping somebody else. That feeling that you get, like, yeah, man, I really helped that person. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's like, man, when you're the only person that they can turn to, you know what I mean? Because they don't feel like they have anything else. Not that like that's a good thing.
Or they're not comfortable.
Not that that's a good thing that they're there or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that, but like it just feels good to know that like what if I wasn't there? Because there's some people that were in my recovery, man, that like if they weren't there at that specific day, I guarantee you I would have went and got a sack of dope, and that'd have been the last time that I ever took a breath. Period. You know what I mean? So there's been some people, man, that have been there for me, man, and I just love to be able to do the same thing, man.
And you do, and I just want to appreciate you because you was that person for me.
For sure, man.
Along my journey, and a lot of us are in here also, just.
Come on, man, y'all gonna make me cry, man. Come on,
I'm dead serious, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that I'm able to do now is because of the selflessness that you pretty much showed me.
Yeah.
I wanted to emulate that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, nobody else would take me to this place to go take my test.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you was there for me, man.
Yeah.
I will always forever be grateful to you, man, to have you as a sponsor, friend, and a buddy, man. That means that means a lot to me. And nothing, no accomplishments or anything like that would ever take that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the start of my journey. Right when I felt like nobody was there, man, you was there.
Yeah.
And I love you, bro. And I really appreciate
you too,
that.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
I love you too, Travis, man. Good choice, man. Good choice.
And I
Yep.
just
Good choice, Travis.
use these platforms to network, like so.
Absolutely, man. You know, I've never really been one to even like my voice, to be honest. I was telling a friend that earlier. I was like, I don't really like any time that I've been on here. I've never went back and listened to it. I've never liked my voice, but you know, just to know that like we're on here reaching people, man, is huge because especially this day and age, man. Like this is the day and age where it's like people are on social media, people are on, you know what I mean? They're on Messenger. They're not calling people. They're texting. You know, like there's so much that like there's a disconnect with this day and age that like at least now we have this platform to be able to do this. You know what I mean? And that some people are actually, you know, there's actually people that are really benefiting from this, you know. Because I'll tell you what, like, you know, Friday nights at this time I was, you know, guaranteed to be in my self-destruct mode.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't up to anything good at this time.
Oh
Never.
no.
I was getting ready to come outside at this time.
Nah,
The crime rate was going up, about to go up 75%.
He said the crime rate was going up right about now.
Yeah.
with your sock wraps,
Yeah,
man.
right.
your
Sock
peelable socks,
Sock,
man.
right. Yeah, peeling my socks at the bottom of
The
the feet.
peelable
Yep.
socks, man.
I was getting ready to go.
Peelable
man.
socks, man.
But that's, you know what I'm saying, but that's the type of stuff that type of kindness, like being there for somebody like that. I can honestly say that changed my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That changed my life for not just for what I was trying to accomplish, but for my own heart about what I want to do and how I want to be involved with the recovery community.
Absolutely.
You gave my faith back in humanity, man.
Good.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Yeah, you gave my faith back in humanity, and now
I know I've lost mine before.
Right, and you know what I'm saying? And now I do my best to work tirelessly, tenaciously to give people back the same thing like you and the recovery community gave back to me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I do my best to try to work with that.
Absolutely.
All right.
What's up?
Well,
Batter's up. Next up.
next we
Next?
got
So
Jacob.
we're gonna throw
All right,
Jacob
man.
on, and
You're welcome,
boys,
Travis.
Don't go far.
Come here.
I mean, yeah, no leaving yet. So now we got a powerhouse of recovery sitting down here. A guy with a who's got a faith. He's got some stuff to add to the podcast.
So, Jacob, where you been?
Hi. Oh wait, you been high? We've got. You know what? Let me real quick. Let me real quick bring this up because I forgot about the relationship I'm sitting amongst.
Where you been, buddy?
These two, listen. These two were at one point like father, daughter, brother, sister, real close. I know that. Who are you?
I'm Jacob Johnson.
This was like my brother in recovery. Where you been?
Jacob J. Welcome to the show. Finally. How is life going today?
Life is going.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's going transformation.
Transformational. That's pretty deep.
Yeah.
So, what I want to talk about right now is, you know what? Elena's putting you on a chopping block. You know what?
I am.
She got
She's
right.
ready. She's
Let
ready.
her
I'm
talk.
not afraid to do it. I'm not afraid to do it because I used to have this friend, and this happens in recovery where you have a friend that is there all the time, that you hang out with, that you talk to all the time, like 24/7, and then all of a sudden they disappear. And then all of a sudden you get a message of Lena. That's what Jacob calls me. He calls me Lena, and he's like, "Where are you? What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I'm busy because I still have my recovery life and I'm at work. So where have you been? What's going on?
I've been on the streets.
And how did that go for you?
Been doing some research.
Yeah. You know, so the big thing I noticed was, so like I'm an IV meth user, and the crucial
You were.
You still are?
Were, yes.
Oh.
You were.
And what really opened me up was the fact that I do meth, but yet fentanyl somehow found its way into my life.
Yeah.
And all 4 times that I tried it, I OD'd.
That's like a silent killer.
So you were a
You don't
meth
know what's
user,
happening.
IV meth user, and you got sprung some. The same story we hear all the time. Someone cut your shit with some fentanyl, or you tried it. Whatever the case is, it killed you 4 times, and you're still here to talk about it.
So, and I just want to explain my first OD, right?
Go for it.
On my first relapse.
Tell the light.
I was up for about a week, and I figured fentanyl was like opiates. I figured it was
Right,
like
yeah.
some Oxycontin, and my back was hurting, and I was waiting on some meth, and dude was like, "Well, you want to hit this fentanyl?" And I took 1 hit off aluminum foil, And he's like, just take it in for 5 seconds. That's it, since you've never done it before.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stepped up, blacked out. Woke up in the back of the ambulance, saw the pads, blacked out again, and then I woke up in the hospital and they said I was dead for 3 minutes and hit me with 11 things of Narcan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, being the addict that I was, of course, I'm like, fuck you, why'd you bring me back to life? And stormed out of the hospital.
Yeah. So that was not a good experience.
Well,
A lot of the questions I'm going to ask you might sound just silly, but
No.
not to some people.
So,
Some people might need to hear what you got to share.
I mean, apparently it wasn't that bad of an experience because I was so delusional that I figured, I'm sitting there.
You did it wrong, maybe do it better the next
Well,
time?
no, I figured, that I'm hanging out with somebody and I'm like, well, I OD'd the last time I did it, so make sure you only put a little bit in there.
You're going to figure out how to use
shot
it,
it up
right?
this
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Better idea.
So
And I woke up in the hospital again.
So you end up ODing. Like, we're not going to get too gory. You
Yeah,
told about
yes.
your first one.
Oh,
This happened 3-4 more times.
4
And,
more times within the span of 5 months.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm a straight tweaker. Man.
Okay.
I don't-
Yeah, I think some of us have seen the videos.
So that right there,
No. You used to do some live videos.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did. So the story that you're telling right now is insanity,
Yes.
and they talk about that in the big book.
Yeah,
with the Jaywalker
doing it
story.
over and over again, expecting some type of different result. That's insane. I'm not saying you're insane. Our actions sometimes are insane,
Oh,
but
no, I
but
That was
that's
insane.
a disease.
Yes, it was insane.
It's fucking cancer. Like, but the difference between cancer and this is we have a solution if we want it.
Yes.
So this, I hate saying, oh, this last time or this go around. So when you found the rooms again, if you found them, whatever you found, now you're back here. I know that there's some other things going on in your life. What, the dog? Oh, let the dog get her. She's okay with it. She's wearing waterproof legs.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to. All right. So listen. So Jacob's like this. You guys are hearing what they call the hordes of addiction. Okay. And Jake wouldn't be the first to tell me I'm wrong, but this is what it looks like out there. Like 5 seconds of a hit of something, and he ends up dead. 3 minutes, and then gives it another shot a few times. But then you find your way back. Because prior to this, all throughout, I've known you for 3, 4, 5, almost 5 years now, and you were clean a lot of that time.
Yeah.
You put in a lot of work. I've seen you at religious spots, at recovery spots. I've seen you at Alanos, and you've gotten involved. You've gotten in. You've gotten out. Like, where are you at today?
You've helped newcomers.
You helped a shit ton of newcomers. And you know what? And I watched you stand up in a meeting to someone who wanted to fight in the dead center of a meeting. Rest in peace, Jason. But you've been in these rooms and out of them and in the other rooms. You're here now. Why are you even back?
Honestly, this is the way I looked at it. I was looking at my life, and I'm like, dude, I did pretty much I partied every which way possible. I started using when I was 11 years old, crack, heroin. So I've lived a crazy, wild life, like a lot of superstar rock and roll party at a young age life, and it was just emptiness. And I realized I wanted a chance at life. I want life. With that being said, I believe my heart's been in it for the last 3 to 5 years. But what's different this time is learning how to live. Because the one question I asked myself when I came into recovery is, what do I want my recovery to look like, and what do I want my recovery to have?
Right.
And the center of that focus has been joy. Okay, I wanted to have joy in my recovery, and not only joy, but to find my purpose.
Find your purpose. So, love you, Miss. Is Gracie on? Oh, Miss Gracie.
She's on there.
Damn. And you know what? I feel terrible that I didn't make this more clear that it was an open invitation to everyone, but I didn't get the invites out to everyone, and I apologize. We just, you know what? So, Jacob.
She's always here. Even if she's
In
not.
spirit. Like in the statement for the last 3 to 5 years you've been in, yes, like Elena said, when you've been here, you go gung ho, you go in hard.
Anything I do.
I mean, yeah, you do. You go hard in the paint, like we talked about, and you give it your all, whatever it may be. And a big thing, like, not for you, but I think about this, is a lot of times we come into rooms and we start finding the differences and not the similarities.
Mhm.
We're trying to point out what isn't going to work for me, or a chink in your flaw, or a chink in your armor, or some flaw that's going on. And I remember you used to have conversations with me about certain things that you were pretty sure was incorrect about this program, or whatever program, and it doesn't matter what it was, but it makes me always think about, well, forget about that shit and let's look at the similarities, not the differences. But for someone else, it's easier to say than to tell you that's what it should be. Now you're back, and I've seen new videos of you online.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
What's these new videos? And
looks
don't
like-
get excited, family. Not yet. That could have sounded bad.
It looks like you're like punching walls or something. What are you doing?
Like, what have you been up to? What's this? What's these new videos you've been? Come talk to us. Now what? What you been on?
Boxing.
Boxing?
Yeah.
Who are you boxing?
Yeah, buddy. Come on. What are you talking about?
Who or what are you boxing?
So I've done 2 fights so far. 2-0.
2-0, baby. But you know, let's say what it is. Let's try to equate this to some recovery. Like, did you just walk in and say I want to box someone, or did you have to put some work in?
I definitely had to put work in. I approached it the same way that I've been approaching my recovery, because like in my recovery now, like, so like I've been hitting my morning meetings and then my evening meetings, you know, and there's days that I hit 3 meetings a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've come to grips with terms that if that's what I have to do, I have to do, because there's only one other alternative, you know. And for me in life, like I can't even go to a doctor and be like, yo, I got this addiction, fix me. And, you know,
Yeah.
because they can't.
Mm-mm.
And I believe that's why, you know, people get referred to the programs. So as far as I know, this is the only way to get clean, to get sober, but also to have a fulfilling life and be able to grow internally.
That's like a mic drop, but I got keep going.
So my first my first match, right? So I fought a guy that's been training for 2 years. Me, I'm watching a couple of Mike Tyson YouTube videos, you know. Granted, I do got
come out like Mike Tyson, I'll tell you what.
Granted, I got transferable skills. I got 4 counts of assaults on police officers due to mess psychosis.
I don't know much
of course.
about boxing, but
What?
isn't that the guy that bit somebody's ear off?
Yes.
Just checking.
But he's also the
So- Here's what I'm going to say, okay? So my first match, right? I'm in there, and by the second round, my mind goes, why the fuck are you even doing this? Because, like, I
You're
am so
dead.
tired.
Yeah.
I was so tired because it's totally different than wrestling.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Isn't you go in and just, it's 100%.
Well, no, you get a huge adrenaline pump from the crowd. You know,
Mhm.
you got people watching you, dude. Plus, you're about to fight and all this and that. So you're trying to like cool all these emotions.
Oh.
So my mind while I'm fighting is like, just give up, you know? So by the third round, my mind goes again. And now I use this against as the addict part of me. Let's just say this is the addict part of me, and I'm facing my fight against recovery, right?
Okay.
So the third round, my mind's just going, and even though I'm winning and I got 30 seconds left, my mind goes, just drop and hit the floor. Fuck this shit, right?
Just ready to give up.
Excuse my language.
You're good.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to live different.
All right.
So,
okay.
you know, it's like drop and hit the floor. The only thing that kept me in that fight now, check this out, was the people at my treatment center.
What do you mean?
People in recovery. So you think about the spirit of the fight getting in there. So at that moment, it was no longer me in the ring. I was no longer isolated. I was no longer alone. But I had the power of unity.
I got you.
You feel me?
I got you.
Because I tell you, by that third round, you can't feel your arms. Your mind's all discombobulated. So the only thing that's left is the spirit to fight. And so, like, going into this thing, the first guy I fought, he was 6'5", 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Big boy. And he was training for 2 years. So there was like a 90% chance that I should have lost. But, you know, like I said, if it weren't for the power of unity and what recovery has offered me, I would not have been. I promise you, I would have thought anything else. If I could, like, even if I thought of my kid, even if I thought
there was nothing else.
There was nothing else that would have kept me going in that fight.
So, like, I have another question about that aspect of things is when it comes to this boxing, it comes to fighting, what does this do for your mental health? I mean, not to put your business out there, but you shared with me there's some mental health stuff sometimes.
Number one is the physical aspect of it, okay?
Like the training and the working out, yes?
That takes discipline.
Okay.
Just like it takes discipline and change. Just like it takes discipline and change for me to change what I eat, to change what I do to work out, to move things around.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with the program. Like, that change was so necessary with that discipline. Like me getting up at 5:30 in the morning, going to the meeting. And not only that, my first fight was at Thanksgiving, right? The night before Thanksgiving. And I fight, and I'm just completely gassed. Like, for after that, I was like 3 days, I was just like, I'm like, man, I don't even know if I want to do this again, right? So I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and meet with my sponsor, you know, by 5:30.
Okay.
So, you know, and I wake up and I'm like, man, it's Thanksgiving, and I just fought last night. I really don't have to go see my sponsor. But then the power of the change of the mind from the program says, if you don't do the program, if you don't make that active change, you won't have your boxing.
Right.
And so that's what the program had to offer me.
Okay.
Was so I had to get up, and I couldn't lay in bed. I could not stay there. And so henceforth, like I was saying though, is like
no more easier, softer way.
Yeah, there is. And see, and like for me too, is like I've really learned too, is just like I have to train, switch things up in my boxing, I have to in my recovery.
So I'm hearing you're relating a lot of life and life skills in your recovery with boxing. So this thing is like the answer to the mental health questions. This is doing enormous, big stuff in mental health stuff.
And just like how my body can get comfortable and adapt real quick. Okay, so say for a month you're going to the gym, and on Monday you're hitting chest, Tuesday you're hitting arms. Your body will know within 2 weeks that your body's going to say, hey, I'm going in to hit the chest, so my chest is ready, and that's where the plateau effect comes in.
Okay.
And that's why we must confuse the muscle at all times, and that's what causes the growth is the stimulation, and that's where in recovery for me, being uncomfortable, getting uncomfortable, being uncomfortable causes me to continuously grow and change. Because if I ain't being uncomfortable and I get comfortable with doing something, I can easily sit in that and try to ride that out, but before too long, I'm too comfortable.
So then, you know what? I want to now bring in higher power stuff, because I know, like, are you working out like this?
I don't take steroids, no. I've been asked that a few times, but I don't take steroids.
You're telling me there's steroids involved with that?
Definitely.
You think? So, what I wanted to ask... All right, just stop. So, what I wanted to bring up, Jacob, is because JP and myself, we used to run this Monday night meeting over at the Northside ICCM Life Center, which I think has now since changed, but we'd be upstairs on Wednesdays, was it? Yes. But then I'd see you downstairs, and I don't know if it was a native, it was a lot of native people in there, but I don't know, whatever. It was at a church. And I know that you had a large faith in your life. What does that look like for you today? Not religion, but what's your faith look like today?
Dude.
Because you've always been passionate about it.
Okay, so I've always had faith in God, right?
Okay.
And I just stressed this earlier to somebody, like, I had faith in God, and I always believed that God would, so to speak, get me out of where I was at, in which He did multiple times. But there's also the factor, if I am not clear-minded, if I'm not sober-minded, I am not going to hear His voice. I'm not going to have the spiritual aspect of the program. And for me, no matter which way I dice in 12 steps, God's in there. Unity's in there. He expresses Himself through a group of people, a group conscience. Now, me personally, I'm at a point in my life where relationships, I have a lot of trauma from when I was younger, and so it's very hard for me because my emotional responses is to push people away automatically.
Right.
And like sometimes I'm doing it without even knowing it, you know.
It just it's second nature.
Yes. Now that's where that faith and that praying comes in too, though, because like my character defects that need to be removed, right? Sometimes it'll take 2 or 3 times before I'm even like, okay, I notice it. Then me accepting the fact that it's there is a different story, because I could easily be delusional and be like, oh, that's not me.
Right.
That's not me. And then sooner or later, it's apparently clear after 2 or 3 people tell you,
that's
don't
me.
even, don't even know you, and then you're like, okay. And then that's where the process of, like, I'm really learning to be gentle on myself, because it's not
giving yourself a chance.
Yeah, it's not by my power that it's being removed. And that's where the spiritual aspect of it comes from. And like for me, this is definitely a spiritual program. Period. Like, because I can run off my mind and body all day, but to be able to feed my spirit and be able to approach people with love or do things when I don't want to do it. Like for me, my prayer life, like this time coming through, it was so hard for me. I didn't even start praying exactly till about 2 weeks ago, just because my flesh rejects it so much. Like, it's simple, get down and just say a simple prayer, but for me, my flesh just does not like it.
Not allowing it.
Yes, and like, so for the first time the other night, I spent, I think, about 45 minutes in prayer, and and this prayer was about relationships. And I'm not talking about boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm just talking about my
human to human.
Yeah, my relationships where I feel like it's my fault when others get upset. And like, God, I don't want this. I don't want to make others upset. I want to be able to be an expression of you. I want to be an expression of your love.
Right.
And that was the first time I cried since 2003, since my grandmother died. Like, I didn't even cry when my mom died in prison. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a huge breakthrough.
So overall, like, you're feeling good today?
Yes, I feel. Let me tell you this. I feel very hopeful. I realize that God's blessings are already there, even every day I wake up. I don't really have to work for His blessings, but in a way, I just have to remove myself and let. And the way to do that, and the way to do that for me is service work. And helping others.
All right, now we're gonna lighten things up.
Jacob, tell me a goal you have set for next year.
Quit vaping. To quit vaping and.
No, keep going.
Okay, keep going.
Quit vaping. I would really like to be 5-0 in boxing, but and then.
Are you the O part or the 5?
I'm 2-0 right now, so
I'm just
there's no possible chance I can be 0-5 there, Lena.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't know.
And then maybe just I've had a couple different street ministries, so maybe get a street ministry up and running again.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jacob.
What's your New Year's resolution in recovery? No, I asked him what his goal was.
Oh, goal.
That was his goal. What's your New Year's resolution?
In recovery.
No.
Just, you're fine. New Year's resolution.
We asked everybody what their New Year's resolution was.
And sorry, I know you keep trying to answer and we kept you up.
So it would be to surround myself with at least 5 people that aren't only going to challenge me, but really help me fulfill my purpose.
You're gonna listen?
So like that small circle that we've talked about before.
Motherfucker, man.
The small circle.
Small circle. Small circle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jacob, don't go far because you're gonna hop on right before we're done. But I appreciate you opening up and sharing with us. You know we love you. So go. So now we're gonna Samantha's got to get going. So she's gonna hop on real quick with Nick, and we're gonna just do we're just gonna do a quick. But now they're making the pressure so hard, like it's gonna be some big deal. It ain't gonna be shit. You're gonna be. It's this easy, dude. What are you grateful for? You can't tell me you're not grateful for something. What are you grateful for, dude? Talk to the light.
Don't say Samantha.
Yeah, she don't. Man.
I am. I'm grateful for my girlfriend and all the amazing life that we have. You know, all the successes in our lives due to, you know, the diligence that we put into our sobriety and helping others. And, you know, I'm mostly grateful for the life I have today versus the life I had when I was actively using drugs and alcohol. You know, so.
Oh, I want to be like, so what was it like using that? But I appreciate you, bro, and I appreciate the support coming down and what have you. And you spoke very well. Why is he in his head about this shit? It's that easy. The same shit you're going to do in the car ride home is what we do on this show. The same shit you were doing back there this don't mean nothing. It's a little stupid laptop. Samantha, what are you grateful for in life?
I also am really grateful for my relationship.
Aww.
I'm grateful that I finally have a partner that I can trust and be myself with.
Yeah, Tank don't count. She's been getting molested all night by a dog.
Thanks, Tim.
Well, it was so bad you finally gave up. You're just like, all right, just screw it. So your relationship and yeah, he is. So your relationship and someone you can trust, and what else?
I'm really glad. I'm grateful for the life that we live now. We just also moved not too far from here. We live in a bougie apartment in the sky that I never thought that mine or Nick's record would pass to get into. So I'm really grateful that we have somewhere that my son's like super proud to call his home.
How is your son doing? I know that some stuff just occurred, and like, God, these are questions I want to open up. Like, how do you deal with that in recovery? Like when you're, you know, the closest person in your life, something happens.
It was tough. It was really tough. He took it really well. He severed his tendon completely on New Year's, using a pocket knife that he got for Christmas to open.
From Papa Nick.
Yeah, to open the machete my brother got him for Christmas.
He cut himself with a knife that he was opening another knife with.
Yeah.
And he severed the whole tendon where? In his finger?
In his thumb.
I saw that right there. That was his thumb.
It was wicked.
Ooh.
And then when we were at the hospital, they told me, oh, it's going to be a 30-minute surgery. Don't worry. It'll, you know, be really quick. I signed up for the text alert because I'm definitely that helicopter mom that I need to know everything. And then like an hour passes by and I call Nick at work and I'm freaking the frick out because I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Why is it taking so long?
You just opted to say frick and then followed up with, okay, just making sure.
I did. Yeah, I did. And Nick was so great. He took off work and came up and sat with me. They ended up saying that he severed his entire tendon.
They didn't think it was that bad at first.
Well, they didn't go up to his elbow and pull the tendon up, and it was wicked. He took it like a champ. It was kind of funny when he woke up.
Yeah, quality mom taking video of that.
I did, yeah. He thought they operated on his lungs. It was pretty fun. But it was stressful. It was really hard. I kept telling Nick, like, I could do better with anyone else in my life other than him getting hurt. And unfortunately, I've tried to keep him in a bubble since then.
Well, is that what moms do?
Sometimes I've been told I'm a bit much. I'm a little overbearing. He's 16, but my kid's actually in the sober school now over at Pia's. So sometimes I really struggle with trusting him to go around certain people, and I try to completely restrain his entire life.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough.
But you know how to deal with it today.
I do. I'm getting better at it. I'm letting him make his own mistakes to a certain extent. That's all you can do as a parent.
I don't know. I'm not a parent. I would say congratulations.
We work together. And
Yeah, there you go.
Me. Yeah, he definitely does. He helps me be more of.
Yeah, let him get a little taste before she leaves.
He helps me with the discipline part, and he's great.
But that's awesome. Like you guys both shared about being, grateful for the relationship you have with each other today, and it sounds like you guys can lean on each other. Like this is a gift of recovery. You're both in recovery. You've met each other in recovery, and you guys are having a relationship in recovery. Correct?
Correct.
It's all because of what?
Recovery. Recovery.
All right. Any parting words?
Don't do drugs.
Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate it. All right. Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas. Love you. Thanks, Nick. Hey,
Tim, now it's yours and JP's turn.
JP, come on up. We're gonna interview Elena.
No, that's not what I said.
We got it. Yeah, JP, your batter's up. Oh, come on.
That's not what I said.
I know
said
it. I heard what you. It's our turn. We're about to talk to you about your stuff.
Oh yeah.
So JP has a few questions for you.
I got a few questions for you,
I don't
Elena.
even like those questions.
These questions,
Write them some new ones.
Elena. How has your 2022 been?
My 2022 has been amazing.
It's been amazing. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that?
Well, just recovery, my family, my kids. I mean, life is good. It has its ups and downs. All life does, but I get through them. There's nothing too hard.
Are you going to meetings? What do you do for work?
Well, I don't go to as many meetings as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
But I still try to keep up with my recovery, and I keep up with talking to my sponsor and doing what I need to do.
Okay.
Yep. And I work at a treatment center.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Which one?
I work at Transformation House in Fridley.
Oh, nice.
And that same thing. It has its ups and downs. Some days I love it, and some days I hate it. We're not going to say what the percentage of that is, but yes.
No, you don't want to say percentage. We don't use percentages.
Yep.
But it's been a long time since I seen you.
I don't come around very often. I'm actually going to find out the next meeting Ashley goes to because we're coming up on my recovery date. She gave me my 3 years. So now you
What
can
meeting? What meeting are we going to?
I don't know, but it's next Thursday.
We'll work next Wednesday, right? Or next Friday.
No, you can't front clean time.
You can't front the clean time.
Yeah, you can't front clean
You can't
time.
front the clean time Friday.
I know.
They don't do clean time at Will Work on Fridays.
They don't know. They do
And I'm here on Fridays.
We gotta do it the next Wednesday.
Maybe.
Or Monday.
Maybe.
Wednesday is really
It's
big
always
at
good
Will
to
Work.
go home and get your clean
I know. Well,
Or we can-
or just see my Ashley.
Well, you just go. You can do a tour of duty. After Thursday, you can go 2218.
No, I hate doing that. I hate doing that.
Why?
I hate going to like 10 different meetings and get my medallion. I don't like it.
You don't like doing that?
Because
That's
like an ego thing.
You get a medallion in one. You get a medallion in one.
That's like thinking like I'll go to an AA meeting and get my medallion, and then I'll go to an NA meeting and get my
This is
tag.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
And
saying.
that's it.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
No.
So you get a tag.
Not doing it.
You're not doing it. Okay.
No.
So what's your New Year's resolution? What's your goal for 2023?
Oh gosh. Honestly, the way I've been going lately, my goal is to not kill anybody.
You're doing a good job at that.
I've come to the conclusion, I tell my boyfriend all the time, I hate people. And I think it's because I work with more people, so I'm starting to hate people. It's not all people.
I miss people.
I miss some people, like I miss Jacob. Like Jacob used to be one of my really good buddies. Now he's gonna have to work up to being my good buddy again.
You gotta work back into your life.
He does. He's got to work back into my life.
So you like Ashley because she's your isolation partner?
Ashley, honestly, so everybody laughs when I say this, but Ashley's my big mouth partner because we both have a big mouth when we talk.
Yeah.
And everybody can hear us from across the room. So
Like you heard me outside the door
Yeah,
before you
I heard.
entered.
I knew you was here.
once upon a time, I told people that I hated Ashley when I first met her because she was so much like me. And I love her. I love her. I think I told her that a year and a half ago when she got her medallion and her dad was there. It was the first time I met her dad. He came up to Wilworth.
Mm.
I think it was your dad and a few other people. Your niece or your cousin.
My cousin.
Yep. Yep. That's the first time I met Papa. He's the sweetest man ever, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. I don't know. This year's been crazy. Mike kind of pushed me to do something that I've been talking about for a really long time, and I went and saw my dad.
Nice.
And I haven't seen my dad since I was like 3 years old. And
That's huge.
yeah,
That is huge.
and
That's fucking huge.
it was absolutely amazing. Like I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Washington was amazing. I will be going back.
Washington D.C.
No, Washington State.
Oregon.
And I will be going back, and I fell in love with the mountains, and I really wish we had mountains in Minnesota
Yeah.
because, oh my gosh.
I've been watching
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. I've been watching Yellowstone. I'm like, how gorgeous would that be to wake up to mountains every freaking day?
Every single day.
Fucking gorgeous.
And it's like you're driving into the mountains, and it's green and beautiful, and
Yes.
then you drive a little bit more, and you see the snow on the mountains.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you drive a little more, and there's snow on the ground, and you're like, holy shit. And
Yeah.
then you drive up on the mountain itself, and it's full-blown snow everywhere. Like within just like 30-minute drive. Like that's everything that you see. It's slowly, just gradually.
Is that like Colorado, somewhat, or
Yeah,
better, or
Colorado.
different?
Yeah, kind of. Kind of.
The snow in Colorado don't last too long though.
It's the same mountains.
It's the same mountains. That's
Yeah.
what-
Just the other
yeah,
side.
just the other side. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. I don't know. Life is good.
That's good.
Life is good. I have people in my life that push me to do what I need to do, and I have people no longer in my life that were doing things that I shouldn't have in my life.
Mhm.
So that's the great thing about recovery is that it's a revolving door of recovery that shows you who should be in your life and who shouldn't.
Yeah. I'm trying to go to more meetings. I got Christmas break off, so from school, so I'm able to go to more meetings. So I've been in Wilbur twice this week. If that helps your motivation, but you know what I mean. Just trying to go, and I got the time because my excuse is I don't have the time or this and this and this.
Oh
But
yeah.
I have to study. But now since I'm on spring winter break, I'm trying to go to as many meetings as possible.
That's a big excuse that I have.
Yeah.
Or I'll get home, and by the time I get home, I'm like, okay,
You
I'm
don't
home.
wanna
I'm
do
not
shit.
going nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I need some.
That's
rest.
what I've been doing lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Or I'll come up with some lame excuse or something else to do.
But sometimes we just have to go back to the basics, where we started, because we can quickly go into a closet and close the door.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes it be like that, and I have to remember like when I was out there, like I didn't have no sleep, so
Yeah.
you know.
Well, what is your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is to get down to 230 pounds.
That's a good New Year's
That's
resolution.
my New Year's resolution. So that's my goal for 2023 is to I want to say 220, but 230. I think it would be probably reasonable and possibly realistic if I keep up with what I'm trying to do.
And then you're gonna stand in a boxing ring with Jacob?
No,
After 2 years.
I think you can take him.
I wouldn't fight JP.
I think you can take him. It's not fighting, it's boxing.
It's not fighting, but but I've been food prepping. I'm one of the wellness instructors at Twin Cities Wellness Gym. So I kind of like took this fitness thing like full blown. I'm down 25 pounds. I was 290 when I started before Thanksgiving, and I'm down to 266, 267.
So when
depends
you
on my day.
say food prep and everything, does your beautiful wife do all this with you too?
No. I'm doing this is a journey I'm taking myself. Hopefully I'm motivating her. I think I might be motivating her.
So is your
too.
food prep when Veronica's at home eating a big old cheeseburger?
Yes. A nice Philly cheesesteak. She don't have these. She don't have big people problems.
No, she doesn't.
She don't
No,
have.
she
That's the same
doesn't.
with Jesse
Right. She
too.
don't.
He
Yeah.
can eat whatever
She
the hell
don't.
he
Yeah.
wants.
She
And
can
don't
eat
get a
what
pound.
she can eat what she wants to. Like, but me, I don't know what happened after COVID. I've always been in shape, but COVID, I don't know what happened after that. So I got up to like almost
COVID.
300 pounds, and I got lazy. Well, I ain't gonna say I got lazy, but I started staying in the house and eating. And when I got married, I was like 300 pounds. So I'm doing the fitness and the wellness instructing thing. I'm getting tired. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go. I seen David.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
killing it.
this is shout out to David too. He motivated me to start this food prepping thing. Him and my wife to talk about it. We're like, yeah, I'm trying to lose weight. It was like, you eating a whole pizza. How you trying to lose weight? So I'm like, okay, you know what, But and I seen David. He's like, I'm food prepping, man. I lost 40 pounds in like 3 months. I'm like, bad. So you know what? So I'm gonna go through it. So I looked it up and did some research. And so now, I put my skills to use. Our skills is transferable. So instead of weighing drugs, I'm weighing protein now.
Oh my
I
God.
got a scale, so I'm weighing protein. So I'm doing like 130 grams of protein, 200 grams of rice, which equals 1 cup. If anybody want to know that information, and a cup of vegetables, and I 2 meals a day, and then I got a fruit bowl for lunch. So and then I drink a protein shake for breakfast.
Okay.
Protein shake for breakfast. Those 2 meal preps throughout the day, and that bowl of fruit. And that's what I eat for the day. So since I started doing that, and I've been working out. So now I'm probably working out like probably it's safe to say 4 times a week. Like my metabolism has raised back up. Like I'm burning like 1,000 calories, like sitting down now. You know what I'm saying? I boosted my metabolism back up by working out, eating right. So I don't cut away from the sugars, the smoothing down on the salt, and all that different type of stuff and whatever. So it's just that, and just being intentional and mindful of like what I eat now.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the beginning of Thanksgiving, right? Up until now, so it's probably like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
I lost 25 pounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I feel different. My whole body feels different.
All right. So, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my recovery family. I'm grateful for people in recovery to push us, you know what I'm saying, and push us to be better versions of ourselves. I'm grateful for people, the individuality of people, different perspectives that people have in life about recovery, life, living, love, and everything that's embodied in hope. You know, I'm grateful for selfless people, and I'm grateful to have a relationship with God.
All right. And then we got Mike here. Mike, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for recovery. This is what recovery's brought to me. The people who have been surrounding me.
All right.
That's what I'm grateful for.
Awesome. Ashley, what are you grateful for? Come here.
Oh, are we already at that time?
Yes.
Oh shit, we grateful.
What are you grateful for?
I am grateful for you guys. I am grateful for my sobriety. I am grateful for God. I am grateful for lots of things. I'm grateful to be here though, because there's a lot of few people here I haven't seen in a while.
I know
So,
I haven't seen some of y'all in like 8 months.
yeah, you know, it's been a while, and that kind of hurts a little bit though, because it's like I haven't been out fellowship and I haven't been out doing shit, and that's
I know.
it hurts a lot. So I'm like really emotional right now, but I love you guys.
I love you too. Jacob, come tell me what you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for.
Get up here.
Huh?
Get up in there.
I'm grateful for JP.
You're grateful for JP?
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
Just, ouch! Why are you pinching me? I'm grateful for Elena.
She had to straighten them out if y'all didn't see
No,
that.
I'm grateful for JP because, like, I remember when I first came into recovery. Like, I first met you at ICCM church, you know, and so like I've always looked up to you, and just to see like how you moved and the things that you created. So you inspire me a lot in fields and areas that I want to do things in. That I want to do things in.
Appreciate
All right, Misty.
No, Rob.
Rob, come on, you and the puppy, come here. We already know what the puppy's grateful for. Tell us what you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for new opportunities in life. What else? You want more? You want to give me some more depth? I'm grateful that I get to get a night's sleep tonight and not have to wake up and go to work tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the best. I love that. You know, and I'm grateful that like I'm going to be getting a paid vacation here pretty soon, and you know what I mean, I have time to do whatever I want, you know, and that's peace right there. To be able to lose your job and be like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, that's peace, man. That's what I'm grateful for.
Me and my dog. Me and my dog.
All right, Missy.
We're the best of friends.
Tim.
It's okay. You can have it.
All right. And then we're going to get Misty on here one more time and find out what she's grateful for.
I got a bugger for.
All right, Misty, tell us what you're grateful for.
Okay, I was thinking about this. Just in a positive mood.
Right here. Hey, you guys.
Thinking. No, you guys are fine.
Well, they don't think so. This person right here, the white light, that's who you're telling.
All right. I'm grateful for all the friends that support me in recovery.
Wait, are we doing a group photo?
Let's see.
Group photo?
No, keep going.
Yeah, and I'm grateful that there's a place that we can talk about recovery. And I'm grateful for my son.
Ooh,
Your son.
Yeah, yes, I love my son. Oh my God, I love my son.
You weren't going to forget him.
No. Oh my God, I love my son.
Missy, we love you. We are grateful for you and everything you do at the club. Serious. In Phoenix, like, you are the backbone to a lot of stuff at this club, and we appreciate you.
Well,
we
I
love you and
appreciate
thank you.
you guys.
Elena, what are you grateful for, Elena?
Ooh, I'm grateful that I've gotten to spend the last couple weeks with both of my kids because my oldest is home from college for another week.
Awesome.
Yes. What are you grateful for?
Belly up.
Besides your mama. I got to meet mama tonight, everybody.
I'm grateful for my mama. Second chances and having the opportunity to share with other fellow addicts and alcoholics and do what we do here every week. I appreciate everyone that checked in. I appreciate everyone who supports the show and posts questions. We've got a great lineup coming into the new year. I've already got like 2 months worth of guests locked down. We're making some changes with the Rick and Jesse shows, but they are coming on monthly or every other month, depending on what the schedule looks like. Again, if you're struggling, please do reach out. Please find some help. There's a bunch out there. Come down to 2218. Go to New Hope, Alano, Fridley, Alano, Blaine, Alano, Chanhassen, Egan, wherever you are. There is a club of some sorts. There's Will Work for Recovery, where Paul and Carolyn are holding it down. There's Pastor Jeff over at Serenity Village on Tuesday night meetings. There's meetings all over the whole metro. Do not cheat yourself out of some happiness. Have a great, safe New Year. We love you guys, and we appreciate the support.
Have a good New Year, everyone. We'll see you at the beginning of the year. And wait, before you close, Tim, what are the changes that are coming next year to the podcast?
Better audio. We got an engineer on deck who's going to be able to set us all up. Here's one of the biggest things. We're changing our time slot from 9 p.m. till 8 p.m. That means I can finally get some rest.
So 8 to 10 p.m. every Friday night.
Yes, I'll be putting out a lot of invites and letting people know, but our new hours moving forward will be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Because Tim's old.
Because Tim has a responsible job he takes care of. All right, we love you guys. Thank you. Fight for yourself. Love you. I love you. Udi Asimadio.